So let me get this straight. You can accomplish so much. You can sell records, go on tour, headline by yourself, have memorable verses, do your own production, be well respected. And the moment you don't do what people want you to do, all of it goes away. What am I talking about? I'm talking about J. Cole. I feel like a lot of the discussion points and talking around him, or the hate, for lack of a better term, it seems forced. Like it's a facade just for engagement. And a lot of us like to utilize the same talking point over and over, how hip hop is a competitive sport and you gotta step up to the plate and oh, that's cool, but newsflash, welcome to the real world. Everything is competitive. Even the job that you have. More than likely you went on an interview, right? There were probably other candidates there, right? And you presented yourself in such a way that you got the job. That's a form of competition. Everyone doesn't have connections to where interviews are simply formalities and you get a job, right? That's competition. So why are we acting like hip hop is our only form of competition, or where you gotta stand on certain things? He didn't want to battle. And the more that we slice and dice it, the more it sounds as if we're just upset with another man that he didn't do what we wanted him to do. That's weird, that's immature, and it's outlandish behavior. I don't understand it. I don't care who it is. We can take J. Cole out of the equation and replace him with someone else. If someone doesn't want to battle, why do they have to battle? Ultimately, we ended up getting a great battle, right? An historic one, right? If he was involved, would it have played out this way? That's what I be saying, man. In order for us to get certain things, we have to accept the way the process was and get into that particular place. Because if you add one different variable, everything is different. And now we're comparing J. Cole and Freddie Gibbs. I like Freddie Gibbs, but let's not get carried away here. Let's not get carried away. Where's the comparison? I'm not understanding it. Let me know in the comment section. Where's the comparison? It's almost like we just be grasping at straws because J. Cole came out with a new song, Clouds. It's quality, solid verses. So I'm not understanding what the issue is. And I know it sounds as if, I'm not a J. Cole apologist, but I'm one of those people who like to call out the nonsense. And a lot of it, like I stated early on in the video, seems as though it's forced, it's a facade. We're just disliking someone just because it's the popular thing to do. We're gonna act like he don't have elite freestyles, great features. We're gonna act like he don't have dope songs. We're gonna act like he don't have quality albums. Like, what's the issue here? We gotta let that go. I'm not sure what it is, but it just seems like fan bases are causing all of this. Drake fans are upset with Kendrick fans, so in order to feel superior, they have to talk down on J. Cole fans because he didn't involve himself in the beef will ultimately lead to their favorite artist getting slaughtered. It's all manufactured, it's all nonsense. It's all the same regurgitated talking points. We're not gonna sit here, at least I'm not ever gonna be quiet about it and act like J. Cole can't rap. I'm not gonna act like he don't have dope features. And this whole thing about he can't call himself the best anymore. Who made up these rules? Listen to some of the stuff we be saying. He can't call himself the best because he ain't get out there and battle. We've seen some of our most elite athletes not give maximum effort in playoff runs. And some gonna say Braun, but there have been others. And somehow we put them in GOAT conversations. How is this any different? How is this any different? Can't pick and choose. If we're gonna lay down some groundwork or a foundation and some rules and regulations on how things should be, exercised, it should be the same across the board. Can't pick and choose because this is not your favorite rapper, so we're gonna implement some rules. J. Cole did nothing wrong. And judging the way things turned out, that was the most mature decision he could have made. Wives were named, kids were mentioned, lawsuits are pending. For what, our entertainment? Nah. I know how to put others before myself in a sense. Everything ain't for laughs and giggles. The battle went too far. It was cool when it was on wax, but they went too far, and they got corny in some estimation. It really did. So shout out to J. Cole for exhibiting some balance, self-reflection, knowing who he is, knowing what he can handle and what he can't, and just exiting stage left. There's nothing wrong with that, man. There's a lesson in all of that. Points about hip-hop is competitive. Everything is competitive. J. Cole can rap. The new song Clouds is dope. He still can sell out a show. He still moves the needle. So we got to figure out what is your bias and where does it lie, or where does it derive from, and deal with that, because we're not about to rewrite history in real time because of someone not wanting to battle. Freddie Gibbs, he's a quality artist, but don't put him in the same conversations as J. Cole. You're bugging. Nah.
What's the deal, fam? Who's your favorite artist from New Jersey? Let me know in the comments section.
Hey, yo, Eeze.
All right, let's talk that new Ransom and Eeze project titled The Final Call, released on February 21st, 2025. I believe it's a homage or paying homage or tribute to their faith. I believe they're Muslim. You can tell by the references in the song titles that are related to the Nation of Islam, many different things. If we listen to the album, even the skits or audio of Malcolm X. So I believe they're paying tribute to their faith. Now, we're talking lyrics. I like the fact that these two individuals came together. We're in the era where we always speak about, yo, hip-hop is too friendly and too much collaborations. I understand that. Sometimes you got to stand on your own, but also that frame of mind, too friendly and too much collaboration, is the reason why we probably never got a Big Daddy Kane and Rakim collaboration. We missed out on that too, right? So it goes both ways. Listening to this album, one thing is very clear. Ransom is a far more superior MC than Eeze. I love Eeze. I love what he does in the sense of the music and how he's found his own little niche, his lane, and he feeds his audience, and he's consistent too. But when you listen to this project, there are moments where Ransom is dropping jewels. You can tell that he's well read, or he pays attention to what's going on out here. You may not agree with all the views, but you can tell that he takes a conscious approach in the sense that he wants to deliver a message or life-changing skills to his listener. And then there are moments when Eeze just sounds like he's rhyming. Cat, hat, baseball bat, tic-tac, Cadillac. All that's cool, but substance on a project like this, The Final Call, is needed. And I think that I wouldn't say he dropped the ball, but there were moments where I said to myself, like, hold on, that verse could have been much better. Could have been much better. Because when you get on the court with someone who has an elevated skill set, it should bring yours up as well. Because Eeze can rap. But sometimes I just feel like he took the same approach that he takes with the majority of his projects and brought it here. When I think he should have really honed in on line for line, because he's an intelligent brother. And I think this was the project where he could have truly showcased that. But I could be wrong. Let me know what you think about that. I like to highlight the features too. I know somebody, 22 G's is on here. I never heard of him before, the first time being introduced to him. But what I really want to highlight is Method Man. He sounds glorious, right? Like, he sounds energetic, enthusiastic about rapping. And not just on this feature, even 2024, like, he's been eating. Meth been cooking. So I want to pay homage to the legend, Method Man. Like, thank you for another outstanding feature. Vocal tone is on point. Paying attention to each line. Just seems like just rewriting history with regards to youth and hip hop, right? He's still young. Shout out to Method Man. Shout out to Ransom and Eeze for tapping in and making that phone call and giving us a nice feature. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Jay Electronica is featured on The Final Call. Solid verse. To be fully transparent, had to listen closely because I didn't even realize that was him at first. A very monotone style on this particular song, but it was solid nonetheless. And Method Man is featured on By Any Means Necessary. But as I stated before, Meth went crazy on that. Shout out to Method Man. All right, in education, once again, I stated in the video, we're taught to give glows and grows. Glows are the positive things, and grows are ways that you can possibly improve. Listening to this project, I stated the production was solid, right? But there's a vast difference in the production selections. What do I mean? I'm willing to bet that I could guess who chose which beats. And that's not always a good thing. Like, beat A could be fire, beat B could be fire, but doesn't mean that they belong on the same project in a sense. And that's just an example. Not to say that there's production that's so far left or right to where it throws a project's flow off. That's not what I'm stating. But I can tell which beats that Eeze selected and which beats that Ransom selected. At least I think I can. And I think that takes away from the project at times. But everything can't be a classic, right? Everything can't be a classic. But that's going to happen from time to time. Also, I'm not sure, but my ears are telling me that there were two separate recording engineers used. Because when Ransom is rapping, I don't know if it's his presence or the tonality, but it's very direct. It cuts through the mix. Eeze at times sounds like he's distant in the mix in a sense, and it's like has a lot of highs in a sense, that a lot of treble, and it's kind of sensitive to the ear. If you listen intently and you A and B the verses, it sounds like there were two separate engineers used, like somebody emailed their verses in. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm hearing, and this is just a reaction, right? So that's another con or grow area. Artists, when we working together, at least try to use the same engineer or the same mic, or communicate in a way to where it sounds as though the quality matches, if you understand what I'm saying. If I had to select 3 favorite tracks off the album, it would have to be the opening track, Audubon Ballroom, second probably By Any Means Necessary, and The Mosque. Those would be my top 3 tracks on this album, The Final Call, Eeze and Ransom. Let me know in the comments section, what are your favorite tracks? Do you agree with my reaction? And what's some things you would change? Or if you think the album is perfect, let me know below. Once again, I appreciate you all. It's your man Eeze at the Eeze Experience. Go get yours. Yeah.
Hey, yo, Eeze.